2 chapters of your manifesto no eka dia ye babeto ye ene dia yetumi aye ye ka dia yetumi aye wi a na fe de yakọ ye commitment ana ye koye nim no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eni so ade hu da eso a owo ema oman no na ye 2024 manifesto no the man yes strong ko ne say ye the manifesto no esi enan ana say foundation bia na enkane no na ye nyenya wo man we mu enti manifesto no hwe niam a ye no aye di say asoman no etumi sisi yie no na ya kire kwa ebe fa so ye bebo ho ban ye wi a e ya hwe de aka ye ntumi ye no so de na sese ye na yetumi etumi edekoyenim. For example, senior munu nyina be ya dwen say oman we ade bakon for a very long time na edi yenya eye okay homesua honsem apomode honsem yen road infrastructure nenimpo menka road nko a mede transport infrastructure inti road ka ho railways ka ho marine and so eka ho ene aviation we are enhuman nsem so eyade bako a na high adwe. Into the biggest question is that for the past 8 years no na saying na sanema we isiti na DNA to me aye
and about research my impact before and after.
And that is why Mimi Gidi say about where kwakotu you know after all the shades are be true propaganda ye be ye kasentia we say politics there senator de bia we say obi dingu ne ho fie boawo because no man yetie no kra de otie no mfa na dwen den emma no. But I am thinking that beyond sanema we nyina no say sanso back na ebisa ye ho say Ghana nsem no sen netie na hwan ene ye gidi say afie na ye da ye nim no obetumi pia yen akoye nim no kra ne say there is no point in the life of any country they are omine penyina omotumi aye enunti na neme no ka say even almighty America kromo koto aba November ba omugu so che niama omoba omobe and san niama na omoka no enye different from niama ye ka ho asem. The central theme of every state are the same. Oko America omo campaign na Kamala Harris and Trump ye no housing edimu akotin sure. Jobs edimu akotin health edimu akotin businesses edimu akotin. In fact, for a very long time in the history of your friend is saying America, in these elections, they are discussing road infrastructure.
America?
Yes. To the extent that Kamala Harris is speaking about intervention or the better kwemu in rehabilitating and improving road networks.
Because Nansem will be pa mekofa Queens Albany ho tutu.
Yeah. Inti obia obema yadwen say ye kwakoto aba na uwa abayimu inti uni hu kwan say obebe catch me say me ba me yesi you know the person is missing the point. And that's why I keep asking the enti ye kokoto aba ne say ye won pempen su bia ye behia kende ni bi na wahwe ne ma bia ya amayen eno nkyere say the ananke pese ye nyina ye nsaka enunti na in the year 2004 omampeni kufo no your mampeni so obekaya all elections no or say so far so good. Okay, senior, that was his 2004 so far so good. That was omampeni kufo me ni say it was fair say baby say now your mampeni and now san ko enam kwan so san ka kire say ye nto ba na aba be ade na dey was ba be no nye. It's simply because you were 4 years for a buy no say on fan hyehyɛ niema say wo pew say wo mpew enye niema wo pese wo ye nyina na obetuma na within 4 years until the how ye ne say 4 years ne so a na wa hwɛ pempen so a ya ba bedu no na we bisa wo say baby ye gina ne no 4 years a day ni no DNA betumi asanso aye. That is why offer manifesto now you realize that manifesto no class still doesn't fix all our issues forever and ever. Because any idea betumi manifesto be fix your problems in either day. Amaye. It's manifesto we so ebe ye bia ka baby ye wonum. Na ye kodu 2028 nso a ya hwe say empempen so be ne ya ba bedru. Baby ye dru no enfie na ye day ni mu no DNA betumi aye day. Aye. And that is why this manifesto says that between the year 2017 ebepem 2020 senior obia bedia dance say or my way in terms of economic growth it was without question. Bebia ebe for mine in the year 2017 GDP, inflation, exchange rate, reserves, every aspect of our economy improved drastically between 2017 to 2020. And no a change bien ni ho. So say ye pew. Ye bedu 2020 no. Ye benya akwanhie bi. Na eto de bia asema make kan say bia wudwin say bia eye excuse aban we use a no we bisa ho say okay oman bi wo ho a ono so ekotru sa akwanhie ni mu ana oman bi ani ho de a let's say excuse but so oman bi wo ho de a and ye be den say obetumi aka say excuse. Then we quickly look around. Senior, there is not a single country in the world if we are say for na ba company wa ye be ka say neme no ka say on go through economic struggles and nti all place obey no frame. UK today me no can say up to now the United Kingdom is still struggling to get out of the economic crisis.
Near money be all crana like Costco as danum near the oh twa yamount to 2.
Oh, at some point Germany at some point last year almost short say some any oil at some point. In fact obekaya 2022 it's an economic crisis in the UK. Almost kate, almost change your prime ministers. I think twice or 3 times within 6 months because of this. Emma Yanka say you be macro binya exchequer position. You could kwesi party. Do baby crano. E ko fa problem e pa mo because yes, say ade na oye no hu so. Emma the prime minister so ye dey ekoi. Inti oman bia e ko true. United States senior me no ka say almost do 40% high inflation. Omu e fa say 40-year high inflation omu hu bida. In the last 40 years, almost sheer inflation across to that level. It's clearly, the world is going through a lot. I was being told about 2 weeks ago, say, Oko China container, na $1,000, $2,000. If you work around $1,500, I said then I'm $7,500, any $8,500. Nancy yemu sa kanaya. Ship you from the Africa. A friend say Israel for ne Hamas for instance minti a hot tension ba ho enti say containers fee abuchimemu China ne are na ba entumi mfa saa e ho no emma enti e konwan kwan tententin enti e ma freight cost e kosro. What it means is that e be affecting the man na ye dey ye fefi abrochi no e demu ha niema e wo ha ye use emu be 80% me gidi say fi Turkey edu baby no Turkey inflation e koya akodu 80%. Nti say okoto microphone fi Turkey $100 a month before na buy a o say akoto bi ma akọ $180 e ka no ye remember consumer no e wo my way mu. Nti say ye mpew e your how ni abebresa ni akwanhia ye ba be hia ye be no nkire say wo ya ban na wo hia sa akwanhia na obeto nsa ko wiem na waka se mabre mintumi ye ho hwe nti de ampe bia monye enu nti na efi 2020 ho a bepem nei aban we ya dane ne o man kakranka to make sure say in spite of the difficulties no ye betu ye magana ni ho ahehan no senior okwa mayaman foforo so a enda fam kra o Nigeria here what you say Nigeria they've been protesting for the last 1 month. You say you are aware?
Yeah.
In the northern part of Nigeria, they've been protesting for the last 1 month. In fact, Nigeria, they are breaking into supermarkets and malls and shops. Okay, say Nigeria somewhere last year. Now almost the sika. I don't know if you recall.
Yeah.
They were buying money with money. Nigeria. Edu baby now ko ATM unye sika yi. Nti obi kreska. O do de na mana. No so de. Iti bia wo ma no 1000 no ma 800. So I just say dollar e won Nigeria and no pay bi kra we den. Anya. Nti we really need to understand say a lot of countries are going through a lot of crisis. And for us as a country, no, say your politics pa na yeba beye. Na enye say bia mijina ha pa dia senior. I can tell you without any shadow of doubt say in all humility say yenya ban papa. Wohwe kwanya in the midst of crisis. Nesefo ye tuomoka. Teacherfo ye tuomoka. In the midst of crisis, ye fa nesefo adwumem, ye fa teacherfo adwumem.
And this for say. Mo sheda. Munim sa ka be 3 months me beto aba. Musi ye fa ni 15,000. Na mo fa mo wi a na mo ntimi ntua mo kante o mo de o mo nko o mo mien fa o mo ba betua ka. Afi mo pese mo de nya vote.
Sina wo say NDC for no typically nankasa no. Election we aye dia mo. Nti nsem ni bi wo mo kan hu ne tie hu ne nan. Sina unim say no government in the history of the Fourth Republic has recruited nurses, doctors, and health professionals within 8 years than the MPP has done. So 15,000 or more cano. And no quantity recruitment in the last 8 years. Anna.
Oh, there be.
Yeah, ba bemuno. None nurse for tifie, but what you nurse for tifia, NDC for formal 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. In fact, let me put it on record. For the entire 4 years of former President Mahama presidency, no, next 4 years school under his presidency in our Fabakumpo. In the year 2019, year recruitment at the finance for no, you conform from 2013, 2014, 2015,
because there was a freeze on employment.
Exactly. No, okay. It's true. There was a freeze on public sector employment. Especially teachers, nurses, and the care count. And there's no doubt about that. But that should tell you, say, so Baba catcher will say, yeah, Kotwaba, 18 a year for nurse for 15,000. Now, Bisa will say, nurse for the door na yafa in the past 8 years, no. And no, how do you account for that? Now, we are aware, say, you see, NDC, I can open the letter and read to you. November 2016, aka 2 weeks a Kotwaba no, omo for nurse for ewo my way mu. In fact, release financial clearance recruiting us for. Now what happened is that because it was so close to the elections, recruitment in a and they got to aba. You to lose December no more finance for. You lose elections no December no more finance for. You see, when it's time for serious business, see the men possible allowing you now if you say 13 for say 18 December and almost sign a friend is saying contract to the box site in Mangrove. Even on the 6th of January 2017, and this is for signing contracts. There's nothing wrong with that because until somebody hand you over a Riano or Independence Square, now new president and I swear no, president. There's nothing wrong with that. And see, what is the big deal? If I buy now one finance for any teacher for seeing Biano. Or say finance for any teacher for nti anya bia yenya financial clearance ye betumi finance for no yenka say about 20 ye mfa wo mo ye bejo o matena fie to say na wo jo mo tena fie 4 years na and the fact of the matter is say in spite of the crisis senior there is not a single public sector employee obeka chosa bosumi aso abayin to be ntuaneka. In fact, even in the crisis we are increasing public sector salaries even in the crisis. Okay, say somewhere in 2015, what's it? But say
so recent year, I'm say 23%.
23 to 25%. Okay, say under the NDC when they encountered crisis, almost the 3 months pay policy be by. See now you can't blame them because the economy was struggling. So the easiest way for them was to cut corners. Into what was happening, they say, "TJ did not have fun no. Or you about 1 year. Abayin say even though why 1 year no." Nke say me tu aka 12 months by miniska intimate you at 3 months next me or you aduma 1 year yes miniska intimate you at 3 months normal friend pay a friend is saying 3 months pay policy but we haven't seen that under this government. In fact 2020 crisis in the buy it's on the your friend is saying health crisis in Abai was forced to employ a lot more nurses at that time and introduce additional allowances and incentives at that time to ensure that we protect the lives of this country. And then we say senior 5 million Ghana Fromba over 5 million and a senior high school education more a buying or minor etium honka free. Maminka Semitro Brakwame every 2017 Bepemune a buying a spending over 129 billion on free senior high school. 129 billion on free senior high school. You triple the amount of money we spend on senior high school from 6 billion a year to 18 billion every year. But
so what here his excellency John Dramani Mahama on free senior high school oba expand the infrastructure beba enrollment in the cost nempo or the about private schools ni na oba enroll no na
I keep saying this. They be amekasa same way. Hwe. Say obi be catch us say me ba me yesi amowa. Me any problem. Aden na say your Ghana your problems na the same. It's solutions no normally similar. Me how am me wo e former president when say yen tunte so to fam en sign fire teacher man yeden enfa e Ghana any nipa ho ade 2008 wabra na free senior high school enyam be ye policy kra na ye ka ho asem keke kra no wonu political party ye advert mako 46 etia policy na enyam mayo say enya de papa. In fact Lee Okran, Minister for Education under the NDC etna TV so e kan say free senior high school no enya possible nanka eyade ye betumi aye anka Kwame Nkrumah ye na Kwame Nkrumah ntumi aye ne de na nche ya de betumi na even the Soviet Union kra entumi ama secondary education aye free okawo TV so senior and the General Secretary of the NDC Fifi Kwete ekaye ofre press conference e catch am say free senior high school na ye promise no all lie be lie 419 policy senior NDC 4-year protest e waka kwan ho e march ye e bo band free education 419 free education 419 omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama e jina Ghana fo nyina enim ka kire am say I will not implement free senior high school education on the whimsical promises of a desperate politician. Ni tree ni say me sorry enye free senior high school because politician be to say Kufuor or say chinchinachi and say your mampeni air promise. Senior, even after we brought free senior high school education, omo catch and say free senior high school education ebema the quality of education akofem. Nyame adom quality na akofem. The performance of the free senior high school graduates, it is better than every WASSE resource we have seen in the past. When that resource also came out, the same former president Bekache Ghana for you say, oh, adiane kra no, omu wiaye. Na omu no teacher for ne ka bomu wiaye, enye sa, nkomu ntumi nya sa resource no. Senior, eno enti na sa oba Bekache yen say, all of a sudden, free senior high school da wegu mfia ya sa ne mama keke nyina yi. Afede ebusiafo montoma me na se montoma me a omo di ade ne ba no ko mahu ye omo na ade ne yom dai so no omo ehu ye omo ade ne yom ni so ade hu no omo ehu ye mi mu a be kaseti aye mi a me se mi ni gide wom mi a me se enye possible mi a me se no 2 billion am friendship no me metumi aye mi ye sen de ode ade ne ba ye no senior does it add up sebe o wadaro ma de nchi you but se ukasa se we kira oba 9-year-old cry we bisa se dada ho me kai say enye possible say yebe chinchim other aspect of free senior high school. There are so many other aspects of free senior high school we need to continuously improve. But whatever between the person who brought the policy and the person who spoke against the policy and fought it no ye ka say chusu ba ko nanya gidie wo ni mu say obetumi improve ya hwan na obefa na wunim abakosem bi wo ho ma menkai wo ade ba ko ntia Ghana Fonje Jo Mahama any NDC ND His Excellency any NDC ND on their promises no any okay National Health Insurance Scheme
sure
a blob of Pampeni for the National Health Insurance Scheme ever in 2003 no Unim said their NDC for year free senior high school policy. Sa pepe no mo year national health insurance. In fact, omo boycott the passage of the national health insurance cry in parliament. Omo say Ghana yendu pempenso a ye betumi afọ man sika etu obi a ho ayaresa ho ka. But for the record, we are aware say NDC PNDC and the health pay cash and carry by until the 1988 no. Now we are aware say Ghana ni entuya health ka hospitals. So we are aware. It's the NDC they introduce cash and carry in our healthcare system in this country. Fast forward, on mampeni kufuor by, say Ghana fu. I didn't think this would be yare. Ewo kukua ayesuano. Na eseni sika on ninti. No wu. Owaka obi anadwo desuomu no wu. Obi ti pai no oni sika o de beko hospital immediately no wu. Yentumi nchechire oman saa kwan no so. Nti sene etie bia si ye ho chi yen, si ye ho nchi yen, si ye wo sika asoman, si ye ni sika asoman. Apomuden wo nsam nko ade yentua ho ka. Yetua ne yesika nyina sakra enye hwe. Ino the national health insurance scheme ye den e baaye. Omu gu national health insurance scheme hu fi. E kan say tax a NHI tax a national health insurance tax a mampeni ko for de aba no. E criminal.
Sa levy no.
Nti omu ma ho kwan e manemba. Omu baaye no be 2 mu. Now do you know what happened? In 2008, ye koto aba na afede omu say, "Hey, afede health insurance no, aba be crucial. Say we a political party na say one car health insurance no wan say me ye pa there. There is no way I will win elections because everybody was happy. In fact, till date, me did say ubi so bia wo my we so nka policy ba ko Ghana ha. Ghana ni bia ni jenwa a health insurance. Because I don't know here ni etutumi a story kwaji apobodin. Now they realize that hey, elections here thing. You see a peko in biso near the whole better health insurance. So do you know what they did? Almost start here. Oh, health insurance and go for when we yeah, mutuma ya. Sa premium na afibia mutua every renew health insurance no. You buy no one time. It's no utua sa premium no ba ko pa untua biem kopenta ma obewu.
Yeah, some mails pencil.
Ai. Okay. Untua biem kopenta ma obewu. Na ye na ebetumi aye ade ni yentimo ntoma ye. Ugidi say we are Ghana ni na oto asemu ya umfa. Health insurance aba e de opomuden hu sem akoyie untua hwe. Afobia be promise say renewal na kra no. Memo otua de ba ko pe untua biem kopenta ma obewu a. So ba di afa. Ghana fo gina no so eto aba ma former president Mahama and former president Atamels NDC aban for 80 years omoba abemu. They never mentioned anything about one-time premium health insurance. In fact, the only time Omoka and Wasemono, the General Secretary of Fifi Kweti, Fafo na Google, Fifi Kweti on National Health Insurance, Ekache Ghana for say, sa promise bi na omode mayeno, it was overly ambitious. And yet realistic. Intenya do mbetumi aye. Sambe no, ni enya to aba momo wie. Ye ho hwea, eyeye. Muntaka. Honorable Muntaka. Kama pressure bow mo so 2014-2015 no SEO mo relax 2016 by second quarter they implemented one time premium. Ye kokoto aba in 2016 they will never mention anything about one time premium. You know modifi abemu. The same game plan. Yen kasantia free senior high school. Yen gu ho fi. Yen to ho pen. Abato mbraso. Ade no ehia Ghana for power. 5.7 million people. Senior. It means that anya shekra ya fa ne se busu bia de emienu kra over 2.5 million households 2.5 million households and are benefited from free senior high school. It is one of the most powerful political tools that any political party can have. I'm telling you, do not play with the free senior high school policy. Whether osikeni ana ohieni, the fact that oba ebeko school ofa ne baga na oko school sikana ankempo wodi bebe kotua ne school fees no utumi the top provisions ni bi yedai eka homa no anane mpabo bi owo no sempo wo yesikani a aka beto shoe ba kwama na utumi nya sa sika no eto mienu no. Don't play with such a policy. Free senior high school the only policy a create equity among the poor and the rich to dream and believe say They can be anything they want to be in this world. Me, I know what I'm talking about. And you can see I'm getting emotional. So what's in a classroom? I'm a teacher near back classroom. I bet pam with classroom there. Obeti free senior school.
You do exam time one. And we must that list never.
I'm telling you. Now a doom spirit. A kumu sunsun. They are wishing you to be few team. Now we prepare for exams no. E say say ade chia who show say beza beba class nti. They are all kind of crampo no enko team. Na bibia ya say meti okwapman school assembly hall. Ne kase pa. Na ya hye ye ho ne ye true exams. Na beza. Na wo trodi nyana wo hwe gate. Wo trodi nyana wo hwe gate. Na when you tua say beza ewura how. Na okra sheet of paper. Na wafo akogina stage no so. Ni eba be frew. Na wo gina ho saa ni abeto book nim. Na wo di beza chi. Nothing kills the spirit of a young child than that. Nothing. Eti say o sorry now you say obi a good free senior school mu fia no ntia. Let me also tell you another thing that free senior school does. And na meti ya me no ka say me koku aboagye me feel like me to be gina stage so na me gina vice president of the Republic of Ghana ho na me to be moderating the program man no education because senior say wo call late na wo ko hu bebi am fi e wa abegye dia wo bebi hu say ho say ye school ina me nya opportunity am call ya enka kwan ben na nka mefa so na me ne cantonment forma na me ne laboni forma etumi nya opportunity atena dan ba komu na me no medi nkomo. Why do you want to deny other children this opportunity? And I'm a living example of how a poor person's child, of how people who are vulnerable omomba and so betumi nya opportunity. Otherwise dem biem osikani betumi awo ne ba na nko school kra obebie adwuma no de ne ba na yeden atoa no adan ye papa kwa me despite we be a piece of emeboa or when the banana nko school or pa obetumi kan say nko school no pe bia be production assistant adwuma na ye beche no wesua na adwuma no your pe e no ye e ma ne ba no meboa na me papa ni bi me ma me ye teacher eti se me no se me nya kwan nko school a e de na me de me bra e ba be ye na wa ko school senior na bia ye ya say wo be ko school no wo be ko kwa mind day 1 no untu ya school fees ne ye enti when we school ni mo no ye ma wo chete no kwa na wakodom na wakonya bebiada na wo tetete na wo nam denchi utumi ko shut down class saa
ayi Prempeh college crowd here obi a onim Prempeh college bia wo wa na beza office no left and assembly hall no right it wo ni amagu assembly hall nanim no wa wura ho
I'm telling you me say me go school me ko shut down class because it's a strategy me mama if you are making use on say time ne be so a no ko apply for loan no if you GCB na ye process ye ma ye be school until first 1 week ne dey wo be try my process na koso wo so ntumi ntrafie enti wo ne nam kwan ho e ready a no send am now they akotua now what happens is that because we try anything am be binda to the whole day now shut down class and na do 9 pm no wa be sen boko no wa ko she dem na your house master Mr. Debra Nyankopon fa ne crancy one ye lucky na Mr. Debra so mu a mba obetwa wo no asemi na metua fees no me na anya me na ese metua school fees no me ma me na deka na me no ye atwa me ma na se me ma me atumi abre ni moja eni abre ni moria eni abɔ me ho ka na nyame adom metumi anya metie didi ma wa bedu se ya me nke bi ma free senior high school ana because ayo bia no benya ma me te se me ma me na watumi atete ne ho ntoma nyina ahwe me say what you say it is enya aban bi na saban ne say Ghana ni bia wo Ghana fa na nyina no se ne yetie bia se ne ye de o man sika ye health e ma ye no ye be send your man sika aye education na anye hwempo no wo de ye ma wo opportunity se wo sai na wo nim se wo na ye den wo sai no but wo katena fie dia no wantumi anko school esa no hia dia enye wo fault ko ohianti e na wantumi anko ye nyi mfi kwa mu na wo so tumi ko school ni bi ni ye hwe se obetumi nya opportunity bi ewom na wotumi aye de obe ya ene se memete ha na ye di sankomo ya I will advocate on every occasion for both the poor and the rich because I know what it means to owe fees in school. NDC now realizes that Ghana for the na education free senior high school na tum nti yamfa ye ho andomo a ye beto abetia yen nti ade no ye di kaya kadada say ye ni gidi ewom. In fact, one of the reasons why NDC focus say we will review Free City High School. Now you say they will cancel it. Almost say a review doesn't mean cancel no any. Adiano from history, media more in our chest say mu ni didi ewom meboa.
But now we bet mu.
Neba. Who the kind say who kwesika 2 billion kra won fan shim. Yeah, the 129 billion na shim. Enti won no that means you are not ready to even invest that much. Who say so the kind say unjin this free SHS no say eyema obia. Who say say to ma ebi mo betumi tu aye den entua. They said that. It is how be catch me say we reviewer. Review it doesn't necessarily mean cancel, but it means cancel as well. Review means that free SHS no a fee paying. The only thing free SHS does they say bill bi na nka obeza de be ma wo na odi akofie na perpetua no obeza de sa bill no ama aban e na aban ye den etua ma. That is the policy be bi nka ho free SHS policy no one. It is how can say obe reviewer. These are the things you are likely to do. One, a bia oba review now person we na kire say wo de sika ni bi be den e be ka ho. It can be a review. A bi so a oba obeti so it can also be a review.
And components no be yi
bi afim. It can also be a review. A bi kra so a oba obeti bi aka say kwame amu betumi tua nti onu ntua kwame nkomati ka say don tumi ntua nti onu ye betua ma no obetumi aye no so meboa. Nti review can mean several things, but at the moment ye tumi ka say oba cancel because of comments when making no nature the kind of reviewer who envisage say obeye. You have said say you don't think everybody waka omampeni mama ka say onyi ni say tua fees mo bia waka o say say ebu ntua na ebu ntua. So that is his belief. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia belief ne say uye hie no uye sikeni interest school fees na ma ba abai asudie no. So there's a big difference between what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia believes on free SHS and what John Mahama also His Excellency also believes on free SHS. It is a catch up say what you say oba betwemu a we are right based on what comment I will make and we principal on free senior high school. Number 2, senior. Esa so mo say Ghana for the Aboagye free senior high school atumunti all of a sudden. Ye ba free SHS no kra omo mo de ba mo hu ye.
Se bia committee ni ko tena ase no.
No mo so me no.
Omo de niam agu akwamto omo say ye expand ye betimi expand.
That is what actually this election comes down to. This election comes down to the two individuals, former President Mahama and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Why ene ye wogidie e wo ono ene na ban mu. Eho ene ye ba be hwe say musu ene mo ban no senate ye. Die si ananu minti ena Ghana for ni didie bia wo John Mahama His Excellency mu no. Eye the same strategy. National Health Insurance no. Say committee no ko trans 2008 mo say health insurance na kasati ya na fe de Ghana fa jatum. Nti yan kan chom say be na one time premium ye be ni. Ye buy no ye. So man 8 years omanye basata na enya to amomo we ye hwe yi nti enei se ye kasa mpenifo me ye be yi baako based on side we are. Why should anybody or why would anybody vote for the NDC knowing what they did to us in the past? Because on my back some kire say ya no mo ye abato obeso a ade na omo so omo ni gidie wo mu no no ma dane omo te say chameleon no mo say afedi ye gidi wo de mo a no mo ja to nchen because they have no belief in it. If it is based on track record, see a two abanu based on trust, any sincerity there, former President Mahama and Nabai, they have no basis to stand in front of us and tell us we should vote for them. And you're very disrespectful. And you're very disrespectful on the part of the former president to tell teachers and nurses, say, Omuntu Abamano. Because school for no college or nursing and teachers, and here for mano, what your allowance for your museum? Abba. I
think it was later restored.
No, they never restored it.
Okay.
Even to date, even today, still talking about it. Almost they cancelled it. Almost one person in the loan. They rather want to make it a loan to the extent that say when na me yifu am be 20 am yanka muntunti am. Enti adentina nurse ni o nursing college ene. Onto abama. Wo de ene wo kono say montoma me because mo allowance no aban so to 12 months but them ka 4 months onto aye. Asem na okay na wo say we tie senior. Say we tifi a wo nya adwuma. Ene say wo nya adwuma that father dey say be ka chance wo si akwame. Ene no advert buy e shedan do so. Nti mama next month we see kana akemu no metua ma deɛ na ɔbɛfa.
Mefa deɛ.
Because anya hwe krampo no wobɛtumi akɔ Fidelity Bank ana Stanchart na waka kyerɛ m sɛ moma mo bɛsia na me pay slip nie yɛde meka wobɛtumi ba fada des waka kyerɛ fada sɛ fada wode ma me introductory letter kyerɛ sɛ wode meka na memfa nkɔgye bosia na mendidi ɛmfa hyɛ mɛboa. So they are never the same. Cancelling and taking away my allowance and yet it is not the same as say aban tua not the make some months. It is adding necessary or two abama based on the away man no. There is no basis. Sure, senior, and you're very disrespectful on the part of the former president to tell medical doctors someone to abamano. When you look them in the eyes and told them say compensation, all the doctors asked at that time they say Mr. Mo, mama your conditions of service no and improve kakra. Do you know as mo catcher or show mo catcher mo say he's not going to negotiate with them. In fact, based on some no catcher doctors no or call Botswana was Rwanda. I think it was Rwanda. In the presence of foreign people or catcher mo say me krum omo ye strikes ma catcher mo say me ma be me who strike hu ma yeso odwan funu me so sekai. It's labor unrest means nothing to me. He looked in the eyes of the labor and told them this. And you're very disrespectful. For you to come back to them 4 months later and tell them say they should vote for you. It's disrespectful. It's painful. Former President Mahama, ojaye se esum ke bibomu. Undoye esum ne ba no okwa abrochire. No ka kire wiase afa na nyina se Ghana yenya crisis. Ye de sumu. Nti wo generator no fa be fam yen. Generator no de ba we fa be si wo ye betua na kakra ade no kra de wo de be si wo a say we generate power no je power na wo generate no si ye use ye betua ka kwa mi je ni ye e na mo de generators bebre ba ye enti ye free bebre e do know what happens by the time I do 2016 no ni we generators bebre go as a generators no e bro power kra ye hia so but ye what happened sika a ye de beto fuel sika a ye beto fuel egu generators ni no na ye ni bi enti we had so much power generation capacity but we didn't have money to buy fuel to power these generators. Senior, for 4 years 4 good years in the life of this country were left in darkness.
Ba wo se omo efiso no na mfidie thermal plants ni na wo ma secure ni nyina we only came and then oiled it.
Oh, but that is actually true. Obia ni what you now we fit say your position no na the bia catch Ghana for say your energy crisis no financial we be say ka yes we are not disputing that but senior me ba o say oba ko free generator but they say anything so that's what they did. In fact one of the reasons why we are going through that crisis because a lot of the IPPs are signing take or pay because generator they say me ko free generator they say strategy. The real problem for this country when it comes to energy and the ability to buy the fuel to power the energy. That is the problem. It's true. But for 4 years, the truth of the matter is that for 4 years, they could not buy fuel to power generators they have taken on credit to give us electricity. And you know what happens? Factories shut down. Media houses lay off workers. You laid off workers.
Yes.
In this media house. And you baby no for the first time in the history of this country, everybody turn that radio station upon because we're running on generator. It's about 10-9 no upon. And we are kete ubetuni at radio station but na yashi because someone is going better power. Adverts on bebo nobody just can. Companies need to be adverts in beba no. Companies also are struggling. Enti omo mebo advert enti enyuma guye enkofo ekununum no omo yeno mawale guye because about 6 wapo adwuma eso kofie light ni fie enti wafa madams no be 2-3 sakumo no ablekuma ena madina nsef sakumo no light no sata na ko off 3 days enti 3 days ni ko du ablekuma na ablekuma a light no off na madina de no ba na yakọ that is am kofa wa yeguye o friend us you mention bo member sis ya who's a light ni fie nti that is the situation in kofa busuafo eda theater bed so ye your operation ni edum light people's husbands people's family died on the hospital bed ene oba be catch say ento abamawa senior it's very disrespectful. Ghana for emrantie catch yen say ye ni adwuma omampani ye pedwuma wo ban mu mpani fo ka kire mo so omo nkotwa grass Rashid Pepu o se mu nkotwa grass na mo fa begu kwan ho na mo nton e kire so a ye te mountains
no mponche na wi o lucrative
yo okay no problem but see enti ye kotoa ba for abanya otumidi nnuma a ebetumi sustainable ba eni abanya o se ntwa nwa aduane mo no mo nton I mean it's as simple as that o say ka kire say yen kom nwom ni yen ko sese buo mbegu kwa woni yen hyehye ebuo mbegu kwa woni yen hyehye ni yen ton enokre edu abimi so no obi o la tabie nim se tama na ye so no ye business na ye pa ye buo ebuo pai obana mete ebuo so ma pai pa na ma hyehye na wo hwe me tintin ye na ya you can imagine me tintin tama na me mo class 3 sisi akra me tintin yi na kete na me fu ebuo na atwede na me fu na onim the only time I di emu ene te ya share bo no ya share bo na eno afini mu nyina tama be di am ko efie no wo be di fufu ano pa ewia na nyunwa ne banku eno no de luxurious di Christmas it da wo tibe ya obeto ebo aye be hye no oji usika na na akoto mo half cup it mama ewo fufu no na wo de wo mo esiso it sadan de e shapes nko a konko na obedi obi edi fufu na weti wo mo it wo bana ma hye ebo na metiso a ewo mountains a enyasam ketwa ye hye ne pan Lata Methodist Primary School na yesi no ye na ye pa ebo edisi school no so the eno so wo ho na mom senior millions of young Ghanaians no mo pa adwuma no omo nyina no mo ko pa ebo omo nyina na nko pa ebo ye krom na bi ebo wa ye be pa ya ni ni za kwa mo krom wa ebo ho ye dey at mountain so enti obi na nko pa ebo but that is the solution he brought to us. In fact, a drew baby or my way under former president, and I'm saying all of this is because strategy behind this for fun say about where Kokotuni, you were close to some 3 million voters here. They were never there and never saw the presidency of former President Mahama. And you know, so what the 18 and now we more ya wajina ya buy otisu yo. What the also ya ono because tamana former President Mahama wa bemu now over 10 years. 10 years and he didn't do kanya na mada. So abayi na edum no said they no nim. Inti ene no the 18-year-old person na okwakoto aba no. The onimu aye ekufo ado abayi. But the truth of the matter, it says Gen Z yomuti ase say definitely we need to make a choice between two leaders, and the former president is surely not an option. I respect him. He's a fine man. He's a good man. But the truth of the matter is say he's had an opportunity to be vice president. He's had an opportunity to be president, and in each of these roles, he was abysmal. He was incompetent, and he was a total failure. As vice president, video no me watch now. If I last week me boy, what the next chapter shows so. John Jinapo honorable. I know your spokesperson for the vice president John Mahama. I can with TV so say you be say what role is your boss the vice president playing in government? Or say the president former president Atamos has decided say or no Atamos will take care of the serious government business, and these are his words. Serious government business. He's concentrating on the economy and all the core government business. And my boss, the vice president, is taking care of the social issues and the media interactions. So my boss is all over the place. That's why you see him all over the place, engaged in social issues. Into outdooring, our day, speech and prize giving day.
Say better to me about public lectures.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, a social event. And so that was his job as vice president. So I just say he has nothing to show. And then Dr. Mahmoud Bamia Kanye, I want to lecture and say, be counted for something. Be counted for something. No matter what it is, be counted for something. Something positive. Definitely you have a negative on you. But why is it that negatives in one? Where is the positive? One thing, mention one thing. I say, oh, me as vice president and as president there, I dear my champion, me initiative, I'm a champion, and they about my women back up.
University of Ghana Medical School.
Why they see infrastructure? You see infrastructure, you didn't see the boom. Can I say a good for the son? Can I say a man transfer of a ball?
Range Hospital.
You can see a man transfer of a ball. You say a man could can see a man. Infrastructure, they win. Infrastructure, no. A budget line. See, can one of the contract and quad obesity, and we have found solving problems. problems are obi anya bi. And I'll give you an example. The reason why infrastructure anya big deal and say to me spreading infrastructure at the same time MOB anya bi. It is an infrastructure nkwa na odo your record there. It means that omo nya asade no so for so nkwa na beto abama. Because okosi airport terminal 3 me ko mulate ye do sign e airport terminal 3. Etu okosi terminal 3 now say odi eno na wo say eno na ye die ntia nyina so nto abama wa meto etia wo. Because the only way I met one on say Kufa do ye late manfe kwan. It is a miminya media there. Infrastructure no minya media there magina so ato aba. So infrastructure nya there. Eno no obo numbers no an obo na odi a kire dia waye ne dia odi oman ni sikaye. Ba nya dia utumi gina so say mi so enu na me dia wura abato fufuru. Because obi aye bi. Na na dan ko Kufa do ko hwe development awaye University of Human Studies. Nansia University of Health and Allied Sciences umuye kwahwe University of Energy and Natural Resources abambe na aba we initiate 111 hospitals at the same time 111 hospitals
bungalows
no government has since Nkrumah betwemu abambie no we provide infrastructure accommodation ama police ekufado since Nkrumah twemu abambie no we provide logistics cars any logistics ama police any security services ekufado since Nkrumah Nana Danko Ekufado at least 11,974 kilometers of routes in a wayamo on my way in 8 years. Former President Mahama eso ko parliament omunyina ko parliament ekoyom record on also say 4,600 or so routes. It is an infrastructure na just to abadia and you want to me here campaign. There is no sector in infrastructure Mahama Uchayen His Excellency. None. The number of a friend is a fish landing site I see and then cruise ships e cruise fi abochimemu en nanti wiasa fe na be park e we omina na brofosi no makoye to ko he Jamestown fishing harbour Sunyane airport enei me no kase obetwe twa ticket na wako ko hwe de aye Okumasi airport ko hwe Tamale airport interchanges ayaye ebia so Tamale for so it's infrastructure there unim say 2019 number some infrastructure here campaign what is omuka wansam da because it's there vivid. Okay. There is no way the NDC can match the MPP anywhere when it comes to infrastructure, not in any of the sectors. Yen pe in here to me found kola ya triple kola the way them ko secondary school I provide infrastructure momo. You starting senior high school near your double track. It's said dormitories, classroom blocks and also. Me no can say 80% of secondary schools they are off double track. Omo ko first year last year no 80% of them are double track. Into a second year, third year, no more facing out now. No more double track that no. They are all facing out. The amount of infrastructure by way provided in the education sector, no, we have built more hospitals, more health facilities than the NDC did. You are listening now, our manifesto town by town, hospital by hospital. Irojet hospitals are co-founded here in 2008 for 8 years. Of the NDC government, Oman ye Irojet hospital, Kofasi for Yeniaba, yes, 9 hospitals. It's infrastructure there, you find Kasem. What makes a difference between government A and government B? And they say, Utumi trust no one doing D, say A. Are there Ben na make me create a equalizer for every citizen everywhere? That is what makes a difference. The NDC to date doesn't have any. Ubi someone almost social intervention no and no one say health insurance and education. In fact, social intervention and one health insurance and one free education. Those are social intervention. Social intervention and only LIP, livelihood empowerment. Those are social intervention. Social interventions and policies are a creating equal opportunity, enabling opportunity, Emma Obia to be able to thrive. We barrier no because you see the only reason in here we ban now ye sikeni bano. Obenya opportunity asemi ane se obenya kwa yanko school.
Okay.
So when you ono se many Indian na to be school ametwa no. Enti na to de bi abeka o say site for no. Eye ye fi site ko private school na private school for no ntumi ye no. Ko se na ye ya dwunu ma do fifie no nkoma ye di ni fie no. Ene nkoma ye di ni street ni mo no. Dada ma for no mu ndi bi. Baby. Enti de ye se bofo no befa. Ye nya wura school na bofo ne fa pe boa. Ko question no de man ye a. Ye your lifetime experience. Obedwi. Ye betwa. Nkole dada form be odi no ko gina abeka janhye so cross go ntumi cross. Ba ye no what 6 months na utwa kwa emu. Sa umpe obetwam. So adi ase na senior ura efie ni mu a collect efie ni mu ne aunties ni uncles obi a ofie ye be 35 eti wonu wasori onopa no obi nya ho time bi say have you bath
o da be
say we dware say won dware ye obi asem
adidie kwa ye no
na eduane na kasa ye tia ye tini na egu asanka ne wo beto so a wadi bi so I just say eti obi ani ahwan so create that, use the social interventions, to simply give them a slight chance to make it in life.
Come in when be UK, baby, that vicinity, school be a pepper to say baby.
Absolutely, that's what we are trying to get to.
The ultimate can't say, say, aha, dagging. This is about meeting kings.
No.
And as I use them number,
no.
Westminster.
The same.
The same.
And nothing I have started education reforms here. And this is for going to be and the question can be Kwabena KG no. Classroom no. KG is not SCC no. Classroom is a smart board so. A smart board. Aye. And I'm Colano KG. But Colebia or tablets in
Kwabena.
Aye. Junction atomic junction is way.
Wow.
What tablets you when Nene. Yama senior bisa odami ne mano owo na 3 months no man tablet ene de jiji nkola nani
akwara no kura ni musi ye
3 months bisa odami 3 months no kura tablet na denti ene odami nkwamba ene nkura tablet na odami say tablet ye nya bi ye nkola bremu a ebe den mi we University of Ghana mi we level 400 na mi so tab mi hu computer da na me kai Mr. Kwame ya work at my school no Mr. Kwame computer class the only thing I tell me I DOS CD dot
onamu edambotwe emse the first degree or
computer science CD dot
na sabre kwa na yi essay computer na essay
me say na yako class no cry yako kwa man yako your friend is a computer class na Mr. Kwame computer class ayeba be so computer o do saka no abo
adabi wo betie wo do se ko kan
ade no se ba se o se computer na yeba 6 ni at desktop back ho na on ka just so mouse ni mu a nsom enei ye chiche tablet amman kola nyina wo Ghana wo say tablet na mo chiche no mo de vote na ma menka won wasem minjiro tablet na ye chiche na wo say ye de vote no wo so da she manifesto wo so obo be chiche tablet
abom
o da shim
me
ye de kan yefo ekoshe ye si hostels amaka yefo ye train omo say o de na mo kire kan yefo mo mo nko fie na gya ye de a wo kire no o taxi kai unu say your mama is excellency o wa ba mu no na kai yefo to ya tax ade na omo so no na bi ye na betwem 2017 kai ye tax ye na betwem 2017 it was part of the 25 nuisance taxes ye free so
na ye omo
na etimode be no ai na omo je omo tax kai ye tax ye na betwem ene unu say kai ye hostel na vocational training unu do show do manifesto
set to improve upon the
in a make catch say a political trickster or a strategy no dey nam when we say ade no say wo ka say wan kan say ankofo no betweti ya onto dey be bia do yen ka do mpe bia enu ti da o manifesto no o mo twa ya say chenchena achi ye dey aso mo ya mo dey na kan ya asem a opposition leader de facto leader of the NDC what no opposition 8 years when to me and for manifesto amba nipa ye yiri no 6 months ago November year ono etime de manifesto aba ode ba ye da ye announce say ye be manifesto launch ade echi ya no mo so announce mo de so be na week later na mo manifesto no mo kai no niam miensa niam a o kai say 2012 ye nto abama no ba be ye no mo anyam ba akompo sai na mani na wo manifesto nim de atoso mienu niam a ye ka say ye be ye try manifesto no a week before no na itime de ye ka say ye be 1 or say ye be 2 de ye ka say manifesto ye be 3 no mo 1 and 4 baby I see about 5 no mind 6 manifesto no dey tia no and na onim esa say want to ne boase an kan manifesto nti me kan say me che ofo manifesto na 30% of the manifesto niam a yegusu a ye dada wonim otroye or the share them 2012 2020 manifesto nim to copy ni nyina copy and paste including ofo 2012 manifesto no dey to abama no and no ye to abama no so maye o wan ye ofo 2012 manifesto na line by line verbatim they want to manifesto nim and one watam no they abeshe 2024 manifesto nim wan kan onim say TVET in such a bebre abem or the manifesto or the shem so about ade ya ye dada yeah or say oba yeah there is no proper children's there is no children hospital when I come about one onim say yes be awie kra oweja onim that is basically how their manifesto no is set up. But I can tell you say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has listed 14 thematic areas as the key areas for his manifesto. They be kind or say or did you say SSC and making sure say you be improving on expanding your economy say in 2022 egusu aye be or say he's going to build Ghana into a world class digital economy.
We na omo de bom so bo say
for this for
I say mobile $1 no free he and no dey aba be wie he until you ended up mismanaging the economy.
No crap pan say anytime the NDC speaks about the economic situation we don't argue because indeed the biana ke pese economy ni kodo no enyendru we between 2017 and 2020 ye improve ni am say eni nyina na mame unim say Dwamama his excellency oba abemu no na inflation 8% or they go 15%. 8% or they go 15%. 2013 to 2016 or they go 15%. He has not a single record as president, not a single record of improving any aspect of our economic indicators. Not even one. Anya shekrampo yajitum. Dollar koya kopim about 23 cedis was it. 23 cedis was bibisa. What you say? And they a course no. Ya share manaba fem egusu ayedai. Eba fem. Fuel ankwa could do about almost about 26 or 27 cedis somewhere in 2023. 2022 December. And they atia bafem. Inflation ekwaya kopim 54%. Anko do 54%. And they ya manage aba and aba do 20%. I can tell you so by the time we get to December, our inflation will be better than the NDC's inflation. The difference between us and former President Mahama say, your evidence says at the end say ya to be any year emaneba fem. Senior, call any of the NDC members. Let them tell you one economic indicator. Omuwa bemu e wasro and e cost to be the bafem. Just one. They have none. We can at least show, say, we have been able to move inflation from 15 to 8% before. And we can also show, say, indeed, it messed up after the COVID situation and went all the way to 54%. But your evidence to show, say, it could do 54%. No? Yet to me, at Swam and before be 20 gusu bafem. Why? And I will economy, amano. The one that has the record to prove that when it gets bad, he is able to manage it and bring it down and improve. And I said the one that has no record of bringing it down, but only record of it going up. Every single indicator under John Mahama in the economy echoes through. Only bakumpa bafem. Why now the economy better? Ebeshen is him. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, Ojibi say we have a long way to go when it comes to our economy, and that is why he believed that enyema ya they build the foundation of the economy. No, yema ntontwene. Yembo ho ban ono ena wo gidie e wo understanding e bebo sa niam no ban yema no nto aso. He needs to reduce the cost of living. Wache clearly how is going to reduce the cost of living. Wache clearly how is going to create jobs and get businesses to expand. Wache clearly e ko be fa so ayema hwe ne manifesto no e heavy on women and elderly. E ko be fa so the vulnerable in society, our women, our elderly group obehwe na waboa na yasetremu akwanim. Those things are captured here. Teacher ni ehu no ho ha, nurse ni ehu no ho ha, doctor ni ehu no ho ha, mechanic hu no ho ha, medicine, every single Ghanaian you can think of. Offer manifesto here, you see yourself there. We are not saying say we are perfect government. We are not saying say ye ni nanso bia we ho, but the can say between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the former President Mahama Nkwa de aka yemma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kwan no so de obeye no oyeni yenhwe ye ren fee former President Mahama ye ayaka de odi efemu anytime odi efemu. The man is simply incompetent. He has no idea. He lacks genuity. Okofa the manifesto ya e copy no kwa copy festo cut and paste e de ben copy festo eno kwa awon bu na copy festo because udim o fa e mo so copy si na amisa asem o de ye fa ne say chinjaba Echinjaba. Papa ya wa bin your Bible. Solomon the Echinjaba. It's a solve problem. No. me made the manifesto by last week Sunday. What do you about 7 days later? Why not copy wine?
No, Mark, you are not to tell you.
Okay, Kadia Bakwe, where your manifesto money and Kai. Every single thing in our manifesto, our flag bearer had already spoken of. It would be okay, and so you can. Into no council will be at them. Interference and call level another level of testing. Me now, me made the manifesto by a week before one. Me make copy on our manifesto, not the bad way. I didn't know what no position 8 years. What try made the manifesto by first, and you copy in here. I didn't know that me announce say. Men launch me manifesto. I actually announce we do date by. Now we change the. Now the empire now we change and you copy in here. Me say, we for manifesto now. I dey be I see a be one. We say be two. You see a be A. Say you na account kwade on be. Say you can say be C. Say senior papa. Say papa make us on be D.
That's a political strategy.
I said me but it's true. And this they are very good at that. Say anything no that in 2008 some bar. Health insurance no mo cassette or men one time premium you just to about more man ye. Ebia no mo ye free education, but I can tell you we are not going to rest. NDC they know they are losing this election senior. They know.
Why?
They know they are losing these elections. Because they are not credible. Omo ye credible. They know. They don't have a credible leader. Omo need leader or yes sincere or the kasade or steals be. Oh, no atone boss no kakasa no boko bi no kan de bi. But on yes sincere. They are losing the elections. They will lose these elections. Not because MPP is a perfect political party, Debbie, but simply because between the two leaders, Dr. Mahmoud Bamiani Jomahama and Kwade, you say, Utie, unante from now Utie, nay, Dr. Bamiani campaign on Cry, or Kablikuma West near dear. Udopa, Cotiative, I'm going to say, at the end of the day, I now so MPP, but Jomama pa dear. Because Oma Hunida, the empire Naka Jomama, they bring you on my way. The empire.
They are going to reset the economy.
You pay upgrade. Mami ka se mitro. See it here. Mami amu phone na ma fe. iOS no, you update.
Okay.
O reset. Do you know what reset means? Reset means say what paper dey na wo ho ni nyina. Ina wo share ase foforo. Anya bia senior to be very fair with you. There were challenges and there were difficulties. But wo gidi say dey wo Ghana ha nyina anya papa. Eti eni bia say e bon ho ban. So you can't reset Ghana. We can't. Because immediately you reset Ghana, it means that you are wiping all the good. Here former sika omunya ni free because school ube wipe. Health insurance ayedinya ube reset it. Hospitals are yes ube reset it.
Holistic.
That means I reset. Because reset there holistic.
Okay.
Reset no. You see again. Ube reset yes all kind of say only be count. Offer for now a reset to factory settings. Enter the actual no.
Aye.
Into all reset to Nkrumah na Ghana no be resetting to Achiampon time no. And now be resetting to your friend is Rollins time and now resetting now no all resetting to Kufuor time. And now your reset is to your time. And I make say or your political tricks no or cast them no can it senior. To be very honest with you, we have challenges. We have serious difficulties as a country. No doubt about that. But respectfully, in all humility, what Ghana needs is an upgrade. We need an update. I see a koyenim upgrade. You know what the upgrade does is that niamapa eyeno eka ebohu banye mawo. Na dia ewo na enye papa no na fix ya mawo. That's what an upgrade does. That's what an upgrade does to any system. Let's do a system update. Normally, even tech for the now you don't even talk about reset anymore. It's an update. The update will do two things. It will protect all the good things and then to fix the bag. The man has no plan, and that's why he wants to take us back. Who wants to go back, Syria? Why the my woman person come back, even though we have challenges? The penny say, near my power on your bed by. Na no credit I can difficult my no you be fix your mind. So between Dr. Mahmoud Bamia who is going to upgrade Ghana and former President Mahama who wants to reset Ghana, we have a choice to make, and we are making a choice between a reset and an upgrade. And I can tell you say the Ghanaian people wants to upgrade and not reset. One means how reset no kind no credit or do we power anka on cancer sem no kind.
Na there was a question now and represent say oh wa be mu adena the obian onion. We say earlier part of our conversation, what they buy.
Yeah.
Emma also can say, so a war manifesto, and your body and no baba.
And no put this all can ingest. I don't know can ingest. And no can ingest of after the can as him. So I can't obisa question was say, ye be then my ben or slay, not 20 boss no church.
Yeah.
The fact is that and they see a free city high school. And nothing ye can educational. Yan drain free city high school fee paying whom be no. I ne ye can tertiary day. Enti ye moving on.
Now tertiary day no
meba so. Intende no ye discuss educational. We are no longer discussing making secondary education free. We are not thinking about tertiary education. Meboa. It is saying at every point in time, you would have something to do. And it's not possible because some of the things you even want to do next year, no, and who kofa buy no, and who family kono, and ne, you ready yet, meboa. It is a kofa buy no family kono you ready ya. As I bet you day, I can say me, oh to me class 1 class 6. Inti ebia why you want to say ugia obey a lawyer but want to me sorry if KG1 can say me call law school and say call class 1 class 2 now go through one we secondary school as I call law school meboa inti enya dia obetumi sorry preoccupy lawyer e woni ma bi esese wo ye inti wo ye ni nyina no na wo to aso na ye bi kan and that's what this is all about. Otherwise question be obisa ye and Kamala Harris Vice President of the US, so your campaign. And you're not Vice President. Aye. And then you're more can only this year. Former President Bahama Kasa or no Nankasa. Or by your name 2012, no catches or a spare driver. You're the main driver. No. Or no put on your opportunity to be an acting president. As a Yakotuaba.
There be a one crown where you're substantive president.
Yes, I'm or substantive, yes. Other than some reno, why implementing your mayor or yen preco. Now, my members are in the case here. And then ya on number catch and say oba may say see na bisa question niam na okeka no e ye niam e ba e how I start here ne
David
emu dia ina ni wada dada until the question is onya kwan be ye o mampeni no niam okeka so oba obeye no ana wan ye and you see oba obeye level 100 tertiary oba ma mu free loan
no national youth organizer so be chire mu say enye free
na mama ka se jona na is for me ka se ya me ka na say miracles na kanti hwe policy bi enu omo de aba omo ti wa cheche mu da not even policy bi enu ho
oh but ba ku
24 na what is here yeah 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 here what dey mama 24 hour economy what is here
ba ene say me fa ne say bi akantamanto omo tonton niema ho ho no aban be provide security inti anadwu nyina no mbetumi aton niema the fear ni say ya na nkofo suro say anadwo kwa obi be ye obi bi ni ade afei banks no so no 24 hour passport office bi am hiam passport akoba bi chira no pa
adwini sa honam no bre adwini sa honam no
debi ekoma ya di wan say no machema
ela me church obi say sa adwini sa honam no ebre unu say ebe adwini sa enti na obekọ no obi mowa si ho no de ne say do mowa de do grass no obekọ no na mowa si ho no kwa langa ubi sa si o me de no ya na me ho to me ubi sa ngo bi za
aye
o si o me de langa no do a na mitumi ye ni yi adwini sa honam no ebre sinya se metie yi metumi asende 100,000 Ghana cedis ato account mu na we yi na ne ya de aye de awope anajo 12 am kra metumi aye nti ebo 1 am me ko je de bank
e bia me ko ye deposit
na metumi aye wa ha metumi aye o me phone so
we dey cash
wonim say ATM so we receive deposit anonim
oh yes
wonim say ATM awo Ghana ha
oh bebre
receive deposit then ye ken adwini so a honam ne bre when na wo Ghana ha waka che won say ye ha we wo my we mu ene say ye pese ye ko bank na jo one chemi wiase afada nyina Ghana wiase nyina me online ba ko a ebo 7 pm mpa bank biye mamba ko one country there is none not even one country tell me one country in the world about 8 pm I call passport office kwaje passport one country but one country mama there is none not any no country in the world
say there is backlog
me say but one na backlog no 8 pm na me say backlog is it about collection at 8 pm
and nipa na staff na e pray ye adwuma point o mtimi process the account
na omo ka kire we say have you see the point you know say oba ubisa le question bi o say e ba ye be hwehwem we bisa passport office no ma ka kire say the entire your backlog no here because ye 0.5 won't say omo ka say booklet shortage ho won't ye no ye na unim 24 economy say won't me ancheche mu yi unim de wo policy nim on pe no 133 na de kumi 133 no kra say omo say abaye djuma public service no we be ba no pa no wa pon awia na the position no obi foforo be fa na awia
say 8 times 3
yes until 133 na me say question woko passport no say director of passport
sure
it's director of passport no ye wo director of passport we ba no pa ne aba de nya director of passport we ba awia ne nya director of passport we ba nyuma nti wo pon a ti say na mo ye no studio ha no no pack ni na woko awia no new director na wo ho
create employment na create employment
ama create employment o man nim adwini so honam ne bre enti chief director for local government no 133 even ya chief director no pa na ya chief director wia na ya chief director nwumre teacher for no mo 133 na oni be kunu kra o say 24 economy kra football ka ho because 2 am na say ebo match na La Liga
Bia minister of local government for instance ye betumi anya de obeye 8 hours na enam se esunu ntina wono a be mankrofo aba you be represented by
who say and Dr. Mahmoud Amia Kasembi o say former president Mama is behaving as if so on man peninda senior no crepa and say the truth of the matter is that there is nowhere in the world that you can say 24-hour economy say na omusi kano no you running no in fact 24-hour economy I think I've told you before it's a very nice strategy that is working in so many countries including even this country London even London kwa city no the entire city we running 24 hours
there be no
and Oxford Street
yeah
Australia no more than 24 hours
me Melbourne na me koseska Australia Melbourne about 5 or muso amapo
if you see baby anywhere you running 24 hours o baby out but you see baby out be kono you have specific areas around 24 hours anything in Ghana ha uko Atemuda Lagos Avenue uko base wa yenda eno pa ko show bi ani aso ko afi na okoda wo all kono bi so ba Oxford Street uko Dankwa Circle e wo Kaneshi wana ma me no ton wache no around 24 hours
but when it will be formalized one more me for some production no aban be ma we incentives it is a idea we na we produce tenor ubenya incentives ama no foforo so about the production
senior she the omokano enye rocket science they don't have to lie to us for vote simply for this Nutrifix factory ewo tema hey Nutrifix factory ewo tema me no kase abo almost about 9:15 anopa shift aba mo bus na be form mo be ndra na dwo no ekofie omo kofie na yi ebo be 5 a omo be djuba omo be anadwo de okotema a lot of the factories are doing it okotakrade a bebre wo ho bantama obi ti bantama street odi za bantama senior ura street ni mu a ye onkofo bi a okọ bantama enita wa akoto no
senior wana mti
ura street wa tem bi a be ura street ba akoto so ajase nti bibi a ewo oman we mu dada in specific areas ampa ubetumi de account manifesto maka say sa mia de we ebia me ba me gidi say me wo other areas bia metumi ama na yet say Oxford Street on by 24 hours me wo neighborhoods bia me gidi say na wo city no metumi ama na say Lagos Avenue it is our areas we anyway no me ba niama say na maye wo ho if they had put this thing in this manner there will not be any argument. But they are deceiving us when they tell us public service about 1336. In fact, abambia bamponas or caso ben sacra ban or your mambo for
thereby creating employment.
No, but see, what do you need staff at local government ministry 12 a.m. for? What would they be doing?
Construction.
Our local government ministry.
There be construction. People say be a coin. Kwan no episi ewie ne ntamti we no ba pon na okay be all there say be on better
demand and supply 24-hour economy no demand and supply everything abem say Ghana ha no bebia na bi koso bebia demand no wo no ekoso it all they had to do
Mustafa Gbandi say me fa ne say wo fie anadwo bre no well condition enye adwuma you have people say bia we mu ba anopa we ma ba bi enkoba so o mapon nti wo from
demand and supply the lally me let you share the lally me let you share the lally at 4 streets away from me me friend the lally anadwo 1 am kra obefa no abeyama me so obi sa e demand and supply say electrician bi won potamu bi onim sa anadwo bia ye nya nipa be 5-6 friend ma ne be ye kanea enye wo enti shebe na beba shebe na beba e ma electrician na watrase 1 month obi amfre na anadwo 12 da shebe na beba na beba na bi adwuma 12 we de shebe na mom so tena se na se de bia about 12 onya nipa be 5-6 friend na obekọ enye wo sa wo command the police for 50 kra kwatra na shop na say ade sa 12 obi a friend say ye be adwuma senior the only reason why I no pay about 10 koko ru upon say obi a meto koko after 11 o na mum say if anka about 10 that's a line that's wo koko
pa de edi na no pa
yes say about 10 that's a koko line that's wo ho a nko beto koko enunti e na koko ru a bi wo ho a upon 10 no akofie about 5 a no asen aba aban na di to osinity onim say about 5 a ye onkrofo bi nso a on beto koko 5 in fact say between 12 and 4 p.m. nkofo ho mbeto kokwa obeba enye wo na obeche ne sombra na o command the police for 50 na say between 12 akopem 4 p.m. obi ameto kokwa ade echi a omma emfa wo police for do ade den wo de man no because the koko no ye na be say eye simple common sense enti ye be boa Ghana no ani research Ghana no ani
ayi
general mosquito eseni ketia say 24-hour economy no organizer na what chima nkwan so be adwuma 24 hour
o se bi wo areas so me
pudon papa so say omo be yen jata ne enyinamoa eni elefa no ma export na anadwo no de enti e ma 24-hour economy na ai den say omo mbe fidi nyata no e be fa omo na adwuma mu bensere ade dey serious o enkofo no ekoyo mo de yanam so no omo tocha yen and I can tell you serious me ka say ndisi be lose elections here o I am serious o because Ghana for eti1 no pay omo tifie mom we fuom koko wase edwa so nyina etie say na nkrofo yi to mo plan nie omo dia ne say 8 years aso ye nto aba nti MPP ye beba ye nka he ye de dia ne say ye nkeka ne ma ye gidi say ndisi MPP ntumi anye ne yie no na wana ka so ba ba mu abetima ye ne nyina yie ye nkeka na de ye nto aba man ba say plan pa bisa ndisi ne say mo be mo plan pa mo ma teacher for ye den
I will be quite so there to so see even night clubs crab running 24 hours.
Night club be running 24 hours. Night club. I didn't hear night no. Running 24 hours. There's a day club and a night club.
Obi asend ya ba say, won say President Mahama can say oba enema would obi o wa obehwehwem one state capture, two lands nema ambulance repair Sputnik BV no me ade na obache oba so be make sure say niam sika na akodi ko for obaje sa so obaje na
nte we problem you know na say we yan say oba na we mampeni na say oba na say ujiri so obi ewie sika chini to we say ya dey bia
simple
we kra po de nkan we kasa oba na say we mampeni oba na say ujidi say odame no ye minister for den dey no wi akakra senior che no anambwa so de be kokko se che no so yen kangaroo
Debbie.
Say when you roll in Sabine, the two is with you. What did you court? Now I could church a match in the India. What just say? Party be in what town or buy a buying wage up at the NDC party. No party.
Sure.
No party. No party. In fact, I'm crying. I'm sure that call parliament. I could chichembra eta omechi. I'm call parliament. I could pass him by friend Diversity Implementation Act. Obekaya 90s no. Near group popular committee Diversity Implementation Committee. 7 o'clock news getting your also.
Aye.
Diversity Implementation Committee, the most popular committee in Ghana. Almost on Ghana factories, Makumako 300.
Wow.
300 factories. The list is all there. What is that gasem na buying there?
Yeah.
Gasem. So you na buying there. Almost on here. Golden tulip na dey you no muton you. Golden tulip na dey you no muton you.
City Hotel.
Oni no muton you. Almost on buying factories Makumako 300. Hwe, opa won. Mema o list. Bo NDC penny be dey make sure asase oto ye ya bind there and if you oto ye ya bind there When the NDC mo on to aban japade. Why who? NDC penny be on to aban.
Maybe it was backed by law then.
Yes. So I don't have a problem. I'm only bringing out the issues.
Okay.
I don't have a problem. I'm only saying say Obeka state capture, the actual state captures in the NDC. Omuton aban japade to say chupa chops and tomatoes. The guys are wicked. Very wicked. Very wicked. No mo ya de ni wi a no ma dani omo hontoma. No ma kan ekwan bi so. No mo de akyekere wo. O ya wo hwie yeye. Na MPP no, ye no abrofosem no doso. Nti ya ye wu ya asem ka. Abrofosem no doso. Hwe, mameka se be nanse ye okudjota black honorable. MP for Northton. Okofa list of insasi bia. Obese o kire say MPP aban na aton. Uni bibi. Insasi no de ba ye ni nyina. Insasi a omo no moton ye 2015-2016. Ni nyina na onim. It's a release letters, release documents, no. Now if you know lock it.
I'm say ba could be near can 2015.
Ni na the tie say ono afa no abete. Ote ne embra omo mata asase na afa no omo registration. Wo say asase no to a e be take your while and so register. It your tie na de beto abon. Ti no nim say ono ane nkrofo. Hwe prisons. Cantonment prisons na wo opposite police hospital no. Omo apartment ya accommodation no. Enye MPP aban de tie ma omo de manipa ba ako. One prisons for headquarters. Omo de manipa ba ako 1 person. I'm telling you.
And no esi wo abanda ne penso.
Oh yes. Omo de manipa ba ako before na dum ka me kan letter ne kire o. Any contract omo sign. Na no time omo sign document December after elections. Omo lose elections 2016. No omo de sasa ne cheye. Roman Rich. Oh, Buster home Roman Rich. Omo ton ye, omo de manipa ba ako. Omo de manipa ba ako, omo ton ye, omo de manipa ba ako. They gave it to 1 person. NDC, they gave it to 1 person. Omo ton ye, omo de manipa ba ako. And see, sometimes you see, we like to focus on bread and butter. The things that keep the Ghanaian citizen awake. Into to be omo yes anya mana, ye should be ni ejai. But no government, no group of persons in a year Ghana japade aton amomo ho ti say NDC omo tonton factories ema omo na for DCC sorry tonton factories kwata ma kodo ru na kwhwe in sorry wo akese wo na akese na aban japade no omo tonton omo na fofo enti eneyi omo nya no na to de bia ho say yenso yekoso ba fam na nso eden ewe ye ho ona wo ho anope obi asori di obedi onyayo eti wo na wo aban mu na sesa wutumi pe mi manage no enye de awo ka na nipa ne ba betie o obi oba bechiche ne rek akra se we mu na ye no on na otie no ntote de bia ma ya asem ka enye de because wo pe senior anope no fu obo a ewo so no wa ban na ewo so enti untumi nya no mbe chechirem enti na to de bia ni aye kom no but state capture NDC for omo individuals ejapade from nsem omo individuals ejapade individual persons omo your business hwe ade ba ku ntie to de bia mo se na your regions bi omo pay this asem omo pay this na nkofo we fi abakosem. It has nothing to do about tribalism. It has to do about how some of the indigenous people of those regions are not very popular were treated by the PNDC in some areas we are okay NDC omo be so metekra businessmen awon my room a NDC for your businesses from nsem businessmen awon my room a omo join from my room because of NDC businessmen awon my room a omo de ayamhihie wuye because egu omo nana boache nana bi ne papa ko bisa ne papa
boache mattress
apia menkamo people who self-made people are NDC for omo di omo japade omo ton aban de na baji omo de omo ebu baby no government owned state owned asset near Toma 31st December women's movement it's our own kind of and to amomo it is state capture. The NDC should never ever go on that tangent. Now I told you so omo ka corruption in some na omo nka nche jo Mahama His Excellency omo ka nko omo meka. He is the only president in the history of this country up to now emunukum edaso woniti when it comes to corruption. The only president.
Oh, but he has been exonerated of all the charges.
Which charges?
Crown Court, no.
I didn't say I'm charging no. There is exonerated no. Prosecution, special prosecutor, one case was exonerated no.
That
one charging no. And I'm say charging no so the prosecutor pa no charge o. And not just a 1 year boni.
Sure.
Ubetumi aye boni, but prosecutor kase me charge wa. Me charge o. UK for no say. Airbus for nankasa ba say. Yes, mo fa nche yen. Fine na wo ho nyina ye betua. Dia mo kan nyina no kre. Ampa Ghana ye kotua bribe. In fact, bribe no ye de fa nipa we so. Na nipa we we friend government official one. Ono ne nipa no oboa yen. Enti ono na ye de fa ni nua no so, the bre. Ni nua no ni di nie. We nie. All this while, ye nim say government official one, ye nim so je bribe. I don't know. Echije bi enu hu. UK for report in my investigation. The same investigation we do US, the same government official one or J bribe. Nana why nana government official one? Who? It was not about whether government official one has taken a bribe or not. It was about who was government official one. And then they change one. It is the only thing that special prosecutor Yama Yanis or Beji to Obekache and so no investigation to say former President Mahama and the government official one. It is not up to special prosecutor to tell us whether obe charge no and are on charge no. But the fact of the matter is that government official one no Airbus for nankasa confess say ye man bra Emma Airbus no educate you hoka e wo US any UK dada. E di say obe charge no say won charge no ye issue. Hwe ono pe ni vice president and not akonwa so ono ane president Emma ye hwehwe mu fa no the same plane minim their planes aye no. Okay, so plane.
Negotiations there. Say do baby. Say your kind. Say we are taxing to do this. You way. And you know, Basa said BBN.
Me was to be very honest with you. Me wrong. Normally I don't place premium on Sanemo. I only bring it up when more corporate. No, you try to bring it up. Otherwise, I must. I don't penny on man penny or taco nyaswa. Otumi jitu mi sa contractor man eduma be chain Ford car.
O car no or the fleet of cars.
Ebia won chichire. Problem say ebia chichire mu ho. Ade no bia won chichire mu. Ejise na wo chichire mu no. Saa na enei ozo kasa oba prosecute oba no so betumi a chichire mu. Obia won chichire mu sinia. Enye won ko na explanation. Eti man ko gina o party for na enye onu mu ngasa me ba me eno no Ghana ha no enye kangaroo na eri yo. Nipa na so kwa chirete o zira o chirete mu no nko a yebo be 5 ato so ebia so won chirete mu ebia won chirete mu enti I only think say the Ghanaian population no wiser than we were in the past, and that is why the NDC will lose these elections respectfully in all humility.
Now mamimra me hu ade bi o graphic online now what my graphic online say I think Ebokansa mentioned people calling me a liar. And I thought to myself, at least I'm not being called a murderer, as my boss was, or a drug dealer, or even government official one. It's excellency can as a way.
Aye.
An influence to what?
Say Ebokansa catch and say, I don't know what transia na opponent, but it's true. When you say multimedia for your investigation be, and mom realize you say, and this in fact in their report, how many international group in a year's investigation, their report established say. National Communications Officer of the NDC, Sammy gyamfy, any NDC for share that senase. When you say online wrong, a so algorithm say your corner ya kwame chromatic kesiye etimodem for kwame chromatic kesiye tebia generate content kwame chromatic kesiye etimodem for ebedu bebi no obo timodem for wo Ghana pa kwame chromatic kesiye beba.
Yeah, sure.
And you see the number of times I am mentioned and the investigation of multimedia for and this international group we here in the say the Baumia is a liar no was a there and this for that tenase a chichire to online. That one is established. Omo start investigations no. And mama establish it. Enti eno no senior untimi ya hwe. Obi na ye no wa chichira to so. Then na obetumi aye. Enti no kan say oh say we nko na mo beka to me so because bibia o here evidence so kire say ade bia me ka say meye no. Meye. Okay, so your friend is saying,
Baba, why is it I'm not being called a murderer?
Baba, okay, so drone, zipline drone. Some can say zipline drone, no, or the bar, I had to be to my tempo, a better than a drone, etumi de moja akọ baabi edu baabi na yɛde ba afọ dɔm si wade no kra bɛhwɛ ma ho wadware ɛne ade ɔsɛ Ghana card ɛbɛba yɛbɛtumi de tu kwa efia ɔmo sɛ yɛ possible ade bi ɔbɛka bi the first no mo kan sɛ ɔboa ɛso bom ɛna ɔsɛ sɛ mo bɛfrɛ me lion kwa de anka mepɛ ɛyɛ sen sɛ ɔbɛfrɛ me sɛ me yɛwudini ana ɛyɛ sen sɛ ɔbɛfrɛ me sɛ me government official one ko government official one de ɔyɛ krɔmfoɔ ana ɛnsa na tie enti ɔka we a atense me ne yadwe ɛn me opa bisa Isaac Reti we bisa sɛ ɛbɛfrɛ no trofo ɛne sɛ ɛbɛfrɛ no wudini ana krɔmfoɔ de ɛnɔpɛ bisa no aye de ɛnɔpɛ adene sɛ ofem baako ɛsɛ ofem baako ɛsɛ ofem baako
nanu sɛ na ɛbɛsa ka kwasa kutia bi o
ɛsɛ ofem baako
okay
eto bia no ne de enti ɔno so ne de onya wafa ɔni wo change kra
I see wedi enkobo no mi sɛ ɛwa papa na afa ni ahya ase ai na ma me hwɛ the way forward enura enkautaudi a one manfo nyina di ye no sɛ wo run na apa ekɔsɛn
de meka ne sɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bamia wa komapa ɛma ɔman Ghana ɔwɔ adwempa ɛma ɔman no ɔwɔ eniswade hu kɛseɛ pa ma ɔman no nokorɛ ɛyɛ nneɛma na ban ka sɛ yɛba yɛbɛyɛ nyinaa ne yɛtumi ayɛ but yɛhwɛ baabi a bɛbɛduri ɛne deɛ wɔsua ɛne nimdeɛ a wɔanya as vice president ɛne ɔno ankasa kora ne contribution as vice president to ɔman wei bɛpɛ na ɔgye di sɛ si ɛma no kwan na yɛboa no bɛyɛ ɔman panin a deɛ di kan obɛtumi abɔ ɛne pa yɛayɛ no ho ban na deɛ anya aka no otumi aboaboa yɛ ano ne yɛahwɛ ne yɛde saa nneɛma no so ayɛ dɛn aba adeɛ baako a ɛhia tisiri paa going into the future of this country ɛyɛ kendini a ɔwɔ abadaeɛ kendini a ɔwɔ tema kendini a ɔde nokorɛ ɛbɛdi n'anim na ne kɛseɛ paa yɛ kendini a ɔwɔ akokoduro mmerɛ bi amasɛm a meka ne sɛ yɛka sɛ obi yɛ kendini papa a ɛnyɛ kendini a ebi ɛbɛka sɛ ɔhaw ne amanehunu ba nti na ɔyɛ kendini papa o na mo kendini papa yɛ deɛ ɔhaw ne amanehunu deɛ bɛba na mmom ɛba a ɔwɔ saa akokoduro na ɔbɛtumi aka sɛ ɔhaw aba moma yɛnka yɛn ho mbom ne yɛnyi yɛn ho mfiri mu that is who Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is. He doesn't believe say yɛpɛ nyinaa yɛn saka in fact ndora korɔ kan yɛ sɛ ɔgye di sɛ still a yɛwɔ difficulties ne hardships as a country na mmom ɔno deɛ nhyehyɛeɛ wei na ɔgye di sɛ ɛbɛtumi aboa na yɛyɛ ɛfiri saa ɔhaw no mu si yɛhwɛ saa nhyehyɛeɛ wei na yɛgye di sɛ ɔyɛ completely different kind of leader. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not your regular politician. Ɔno ti wei ɔnte sɛ me yɛmu bi wa politicians ne bɛfa yɛn yɛyɛ ketekete no mɛ recruit yɛn misɔ kora mo kwabma ne bɛfa me mo wɔ fɛgyare koela bi ɛna wɔbɛfa me na ɔde me anante mu a nti yɛmu deɛ wobɛtumi aka kyerɛ yɛn sɛ yɛdeɛ yɛyɛ thoroughbred ɔno deɛ ɔyɛ bank a ɔte ne baabi ɛyɛ ne bank na adwuma ɛna yɛakɔfa no he's a fine line between politics and technocrat ɛno nti na ndra na Paul Adomo kyerɛ ka asɛm bi sɛ yɛn nyinaa afa yɛ adwene ankɔ say he has changed the face of Ghanaian politics. Before Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I can yes, our discussions manifesto Ghana. Oh, yeah. And this is for the answer about one so no more matches in the by say Kotoma Brunino. You will refuse as a Kotoma Brunino, Kotoma Brunino. In fact, and to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to Obama Hofe. Oh, was a minister Obama dimping for an intimation.
Now, my Enra. Obi sandi bi ba Facebook on social media me say questions no bi wa won she da twatwa mankrofo bi
senior me pe question ba ko a endro ye bisa ya obi be ka say na ye question a favorable to former president favorable to vice president no president
something ladi kura de obisa scholarship students a wo
nobody has ever exposed himself in the manner in which Endra Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia exposing him to the media. I'm telling you. And I see former President Mahama media encounter. In your way, 4 hours of grilling questions. Me na me moderate. Why na me man? Na question is me man question puna. Enti me na me the question ma obi say say Bawulaya. Ena me timo odin. Me na me the question ma obi say say we say fundamentals are weak. And me na me ma question say we say economy nurses are suffering, teachers are suffering, others so me na me the question. And they say me tomorrow. There was not a single question. In fact, it was one of the things that I noticed yesterday. Not a single question yesterday. And I because we a friendly question, my daughter. Now me plant a question now. Me plant 3 modern questions here, man. And now the first comment to make here when the questions came, these are tough questions.
Yeah.
Opa, one kasa question video ni biom. Now pick one question. I will say a favorable question. I will say oh dear, miracles planted. Difficult questions. The things no president would want to talk about. That is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia talked about. Now tell me, which vice president in the history of this country has subjected himself in the manner in which Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia subjected himself? The man is different. The man is carrying an entire government on his shoulder. Former President Mahama Kronya Kwambedi president and Sir Oba Abakache in 2012, he did not carry the government of the NDC and Atamels like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is carrying it. Everything is on his shoulder. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The man is basically held responsible for everything. And he's taking it. He's just saying it on the chest without fear. The difficulties, the challenges, and the successes. The good, the bad, and the ugly. 4 hours of grilling questions. In fact, and young man I'm stopping now. Because the man simply has nothing to hide. He has nothing to hide. Here, that is why he keeps calling for a debate, you know. Because all person who nipeti mo say who compare mu mienu na sem.
A debate ni omuma.
Omuma. Enye force also. Enye force. Ompa no mo ba.
Mo say mu debate ni mo pa mo mum any electricity no nkoka.
I say ya yes yomo. When I campaign to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and then Opa Kwabli Kuma West. The campaign no no. Oka say we are or the mic is here.
At the town hall meeting.
Yes. No former president Mama I campaign 8 years still I be trying to campaign on wakwan. Wako say obaba kwa no akoda 1 week.
That is a strategy.
Now why then? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has taught this country lot more in less than 7 months a year, you know, than former President Mahama. Yene Ghana for dim komo, yene ahemfo hia, yene friend say asofo hia, yene trade unions hia, yene mechanics hia, yene teachers hia, yene artisans hia. Omo nyina yede microphone si wo. Or Youth Connect program or program by Youth Connect. Okushia the young people in the constituency. Oni omo tirasi we are not the mic si ho obi ebisa no question bia omo pese obisa no musi yan no yaye musi yan media engagement yaye afemre na debate amudwane. I am telling you that nobody in the history of this country, no president, no vice president in the history of this country na etumi aye dia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aye ndra no. I mean with their media engagement yaye bi ye share ankrofo but senior. Look at the enormity, the intensity of the conversation yesterday. No journalist was afraid to ask any question. No journalist was holding back in asking any question yesterday in the room. In fact, and in the room, you know, the vice president gave a posture of give me all the hard questions.
And I mean, you call Sheldon. No, you know, I was
obisa ba ko jo hard way. Obisa ba ko no obisa bi. Me no grasa be side friend obisa no side third one. So, the fact of the matter is say Endra no was 30 pace no. Say this for be say media engagement bi ma. Omo fe be free the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
I say mo omo lunch Saturday no. E na bom. E je bom one na mo so do we e fa ko same.
Oh, I'm going to tell you the channel the same degree. Political,
I'm press out.
Baby. Political strategy will be answered to be anye. And woman guide of Kekano. Omen Trebia do be anye. Ubia yen politics. Opa, Yodianopa. I didn't hear no man trust ya my dear. I had a manifesto lunch last week as on Baby. I don't know manifesto lunch on my end the same day. Now, me manifesto lunch last week. I did chance we a week later. Now, time I manifesto lunch no. And I determined on time on my own Diana. When I decide to obey media engagement July, and I'm saying media August. In fact, media engagement, I can show you evidence of it. Our original date was 26 June.
Okay. Long
before the NDC did their media engagement. And I told Satana in person obey truncating the original tour. Next year they be only original tour. Now later yen. So what does it got to do with anything? Now mo pa no manifesto dey pa no mo kokaya yenteda. Everything in their manifesto is coming from their 2012 manifesto or their 2020 manifesto. Okada ya die biompa naka. the case be nyina ye say be one om so be 2 say be 2 om so be 3 that's all there is nothing else mo sorry am say ya copy manifesto mo sorry am say ya manifesto ni empty mo de na empty ana because ye copy mo sa wo say ya copy wa wo say mo manifesto ye copy mo e na no mo ka mo say wi am say ye de na empty
and empty sense mudi bi de no copy
empty na empty no then say na mo say mudi na say ye copy empty thing and this are you copy empty thing. Senior, we have government to run. The teachers of this country, the nurses, the doctors, the maces, the mechanics, the lawyers, people want solutions to your day-to-day problems. And Dr. Mahmoud Bamia is willing and ready to fix these challenges. When you ignore NDC for, they should present to the people of this country a credible leader. To be a presentation, I ever support you.
And ye better say pa ye nim say we nye ayi da ba ko ye nim say obokoso aba na ya church nsem na bibia so ay kama opani a ene ye ne di nkomo e wa afidie so e Dennis Miracle aboagye na ye home so aba ye ba na fe nkomo ho do ho ye ne ndi ato asa.
Okay FM 101.7